This is what Caro Kann players dream about. So anyway guys, in today's video, I'm going to show you a blitz game between myself and a player named Phil Player. So I think I played a perfect game with the Caro Kann defense. So here we go. So Phil started with e4. I responded with c6. So e4, c6 is the Caro Kann defense. d4, d5, e5, the advanced variation, c5, the advanced Botvinnik variation, which is rarely been played even at the master level, c3, trying to support the d4 pawn, knight c6, putting more pressure onto d4 pawn, bishop to d3 is already a mistake because white simply blundered a pawn here. Pawn takes pawn, pawn takes pawn, and knight takes pawn. And as you can see, white cannot play bishop to b5 check because my knight on d4 supports b5 square. So I can just take the bishop like this. Okay, and white played knight d2, e6. The reason I played e6 because let's say if I played a random move like this, maybe in the future white can sacrifice this pawn, you know. And if I played like this, and it's gonna be mate like this. You see, it's mate uh, because my king is so weak. So I played e6 to stop the e5 pawn to advance to e6. Knight, excuse me, knight e2, knight back to c6, attacking the pawn on e5. Knight df3, trying to defend the e5 pawn. Knight g e7. Apparently, the top engine move is f6, trying to break the center immediately. But instead, I played the most natural move, aka the most human move, which is knight g e7, castle by black, I mean white, knight g6, h4, which is, I don't know, I mean white blundered a pawn again. So white lost 3 pawns in the opening phase, which is not good at all. And white has no compensation whatsoever. Knight takes e5, knight takes e5, bishop to c2, queen takes pawn on h4, bishop to f4, bishop to d6, bishop to g3 attacking my queen, queen h6. Apparently the top engine move is to play is either queen g4 or queen e7. Maybe queen e7 is more logical because queen e7 protects the bishop on d6. But I played queen to h6, which is a mistake by the engine. I don't know. Queen to d4, which is a really bad move because I can play knight to c6, attacking the queen, and also attacking the bishop on g3. So white has to play bishop to a4, pinning my knight to my king. Of course, I take the bishop on g3 because I'm up 3 pawns. Obviously, I'm completely winning. Knight takes bishop, and I castle, obviously, to save my king from danger. And the white queen is hanging. So white has no choice but to take the knight on c6. Pawn takes bishop. Rook a c1. Bishop a6. Attacking the rook on f1. Rook f e1. Rook f c8. I think why did I play this? Because if I move this rook, for example, my pawn on a7 will be hanging. So I played rook f c8. I think this is the most logical move, and Stockfish agreed. Rook c3, um, bishop to b5, rook e c1, pawn to a5, trying to advance my pawn to a4, queen to b6, a4, and white played the most, I would say, insane move, which is queen takes bishop on b5. Why? If I take the queen, this will be a checkmate because my king cannot escape from the back rank. So after a few seconds of thinking, I found the most insane move and the only move, which is queen takes c1 check. If white takes the queen and I get the queen on b5, and that's it. And yeah, black is completely winning here. But after queen takes c1 check, white played queen to f1, which is the only move to save the queen to from b5. And of course, I take the queen because I'm completely winning. Knight takes queen, rook a b8, attacking the pawn on b2, pawn to b3. I was calculating a few moves. One of them it was pawn to a3. So the pawn on a2 will be weak forever. Maybe I was supposed to play a3 in that position, but instead I played. I trade the pawns because it's completely reasonable because the pawn on b3 cannot move either. Pawn to c5, knight to d2, c4. I'm sacrificing a pawn like this, and um, white cannot move the knight because yeah, and also the white king is too far in this line. All right. So up. So after I played d takes c4, white played king f1, h5, trying to take space on the king side. King e2, rook b2, pinning the knight to the king. King e3, g5, trying to take space obviously, and also I'm preventing the king coming down to f4 square. f3, king g7, knight takes c4, rook b4, double attack on the knight on c4, king d4, f5. So black has 4 on 2 on the king side, which is very dangerous to defend, and it's also a nightmare. Pawn to g3, king f6, rook to c1. So in this line, I can just take this knight because I'm completely winning because I have, like I said, 4 on 2 on the king side. But instead, I played e5 check, king d5, e4. Yeah, I should have taken this knight because it's a very annoying knight because knights are very tricky pieces than rooks obviously. So I played e4 here. Pawn takes e4. Pawn takes pawn. Rook f1 check. King g7. Knight to d6. Rook f8. If obviously if white trades down, it's completely winning. You know, it's completely winning. So white refuse. Um, I'm sorry. White refused the trade, so white played rook to e1, rook to d8, king e6, rook b6, and this knight cannot be safe. Yeah, it's because if white plays rook to d1, I can just take, and this pawn will become a queen, or for the meme, a knight. So yeah, I won this game by I think it was 96% accuracy. Well, to be honest, it's not actually a perfect game, but I think it's pretty close to being a perfect game. So anyway, guys, that's it for today's video. I hope you like it. This is Fad. Bye bye.